Hi guys, it's Robin and welcome to the Robin's Nest. Today on my channel I have something really cool planned for you guys. I'm going to be decorating this super fun graffiti themed cake. Now as far as graffiti goes, I'm kind of new to the game, but I love all art forms and am always up for a challenge. So with the help of some funky fonts and some really fun images I found online, hopefully we can make this cake look awesome. So let's get into it. So for today's cake, I baked up 3 8-inch layers of the most delicious carrot cake recipe I know. And we're going to be filling these layers with some yummy homemade cream cheese icing. Now, our cakes have baked up nice and level already, so we don't have to trim anything down. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of buttercream to my cake board so we can attach our first layer of cake, and then we're going to start filling our layers. Now, because we're going to be filling our layers with cream cheese icing, which tends to run a lot softer than normal buttercream, I'm going to take my American buttercream and I'm going to pipe a dam around the outside of my layer, and then we're going to fill in the center of that layer with our cream cheese icing. And then we're going to repeat those steps for each layer. And there we go. Now, once you finish filling your layers and you're sure that your cake is nice and level, we're going to take a serrated knife next and we're going to trim off all this bulginess from around the outside because we're going to be covering our cake with fondant in a little while and I don't want any of that to show through. And now that I finished trimming down my sides and I'm happy with how that looks, I'm going to come back in with my bag of American buttercream. And we're just going to pipe a nice thin layer all over the top and sides of our cake. Then we're going to smooth it all out and pop it in the fridge to chill for a little bit. So while we're waiting for our cake to firm up, this is the perfect time for you guys to smash that like button because we're about to get to the fun part. I'm going to paint some graffiti. Now, it would be really cool if I had an airbrush gun, but sadly I don't. So we're just going to be painting ours on today with a watercolor paintbrush that I use specifically for this purpose only. And I'm going to start by rolling out some white fondant. Then I'm going to take my stencil that I've made, and I don't know if you can see, but I've cut some lines in my stencil, so when we lay this onto our flattened fondant and press down, it's going to leave an outline of what we want to paint. So I'm going to start by rolling this out like I said, and we're going to put our stencil on our fondant, and I'm going to start painting. Alright guys, here are some of my decorations. What do you guys think? Did I do a good job? You can let me know down below. So I'm going to set these all to the side now that we're done, and we're going to let these dry. Then we're going to go grab our cake and it's time to get it covered in fondant. Alright, our cake is set and is ready to use. So the first thing we're going to do is roll out some of this light gray fondant, and I'm going to cut out some nice large panels because we're going to be using the paneling technique to cover our cake today. And if you're not sure what that is, stay tuned and you'll see how it's done. Now that I have my outside panel done, before I put my top panel on and while my outside panel is still soft, I'm going to come in with my Dresden tools, my veining tool and my balling tools, and I'm going to mark off the brick pattern all the way around the cake. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to lay on my top panel and we'll do the same thing with that too. Alright, so my cake is covered and that means we're almost done. I have one thing left to do. We're going to make this brick pattern pop. So before I add all of my finishing touches, I'm going to take my paintbrush and a little bit of black food coloring watered down, and we're going to fill in all these cracks. So I finished filling in all the cracks and I think that looks great. I've had so much fun making this cake. Do you guys like graffiti as much as I do? Because I am definitely now a fan. Painting this was so much fun. So I'm going to take all my little decorations now and we're going to add them to the cake, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. And ta-da, here it is guys. What do you think? Now, graffiti is not my normal medium, so this was definitely a challenge for me, but I think it turned out great. And I really hope you guys all like it too. If you do, you know what to do. Hit that big thumbs up button and leave lots of love in that comment section too. And if you haven't done so already and you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you receive a notification every time I post a new video. Thanks for watching guys. Bye.